Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning this episode of the Nick Egan Times. On this episode, we have a wonderful guest. We have the excellent Reggie Gooden. Reggie, who is a seasoned business manager and entrepreneur with over 2 decades of experience in finance, accounting, and the entertainment industry. Reggie is the co-founder and managing partner of 360 Business Management, which is a firm that was established back in 2022 to provide comprehensive financial and business services to elite entertainers, athletes, and digital influencers. Reggie has been featured in The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and Billboard magazines, recognizing his influence in the entertainment business management industry. Welcome to the fantastic Reggie, and thanks for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Thank you. All right, let's jump straight into it. Take us back. Tell us about how your life was growing up, and I guess how everything's eventuated.
Right. Okay. So I'll give you the most painless, quickest version as possible.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Now live in LA. Been able to establish a wonderful business here in LA. But I grew up in Baltimore, which was a very interesting, diverse place for entertainment and music. We didn't really have a lot of film, TV stuff going on, but in that region, you had New York hip hop. You had DC had go-go music. Baltimore had its own club sort of music, 120 beats per minute and more, kind of borrowed from Chicago. I came up as a DJ. In high school, I was a DJ. I've always loved music. Even prior to being a DJ, I would always be the guy back when we had records. For some of you don't even remember that. When we had records, I would read the liner notes, always wanted to know who produced and who wrote songs. In high school, it was a DJ carrying around my crates, DJing hip hop and DJing club music. From there, I went to college in North Carolina, and I became a music producer. Right, I was really good with samplers and the keys, so I found a collective of guys also from the East Coast that moved down south. We put together a little group and collective. I was in a hip hop group for a while called the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I was the good. From there, I interned at Sony Music in New York. I got a really good taste of the scene. This is around when Jay-Z was doing Hard Knock Life, and it was, I think, Jennifer Lopez's first album, right? It was during that time, eclectic scene. I always loved the management aspect. I wanted to be a performer first, but people start taking off. I didn't, but I got a sense for the business at that time. So it always stuck with me. I was an accounting and finance major, built a business in accounting in Baltimore, really helping out health and wellness professionals. I was an acupuncturist for 10 years.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
story for another time. But I took those accounting and finance skills, moved to the West Coast in 2018, got into what's called business management, which is providing accounting support, tax services, concierge services. Hey, if you need to move to another state, you need a house, all those sorts of things, the bells and whistles, that's business management. I got into that in 2018, started to start my own thing in 2022, 360 Business Management, and we've been doing pretty well ever since.
Incredible. What inspired specifically 360 Business Management and even the name?
Yeah, 360 Business Management. So when I moved to LA, I worked for a huge firm. They were a bi-coastal firm. They had very, very big clients. So I got a real good sense and a good taste of business management. Then I went to a smaller boutique firm which only had film TV clients and some influencers. They had no music, but because music was my passion, I was able to make some connections and inroads, and I was able to find some songwriters and producers and some also hip hop artists and R&B artists. From there, when I started my firm in 2022, I said I want to provide 360-degree services for my artists when it comes to finance, accounting, building your net worth, taking care of you on the day to day. I wanted to do it all. And I know it's ambitious, but I thought 360 degrees, 360 was a proper name for that.
Wonderful. Tell me about being in the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and Billboard magazines.
Yeah, they are some of the biggest honors in my life. I was able to get into them relatively early for my business management career. It started with the Hollywood Reporter when I was at the previous firm. We had some pretty high quality and well-known talent there. Because they were so high profile, it made sense that we were in. So after that, as I said, I started our music division, and and this is all public knowledge, so in 2021, there was a small song called Peaches by a small singer named Justin Bieber that just happened to land. I had the songwriters and producers. I'm part of that team. That's actually the plaque on my wall there. So
Wow.
that was my entry point into music, right? So that landed me in Billboard. And then when Billboard and Hollywood Reporter popped up, Variety was not far behind. And LA Times now, I'm known as an entertainment business visionary, whatever that means. But it's just been one after another, and I feel blessed for all of it.
Wonderful. That's significant. Like, that's incredible. Truly incredible.
Yeah.
Um, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice that I ever received is people are not going to possibly see your vision before you do. So you cannot take it personally. Whatever your passion and your endeavor is, go 100% into it. Obviously, you want to be strategic about how you do it, but don't let other people talk you out of your vision.
Right. And what's the best piece of advice that you would give someone that's similar, maybe a younger Reggie?
Yeah, man. So, again, learn to enjoy the journey, right? Because one day you're going to look up and you're going to be where you thought you were going to be. And now you're sitting in that seat and you probably want to go to the next place, but just enjoy the ups and the downs. There will be setbacks, and don't let those setbacks completely take you out of the game. Take your knocks, learn from them, and just keep going one step in front of the other. That is the best piece of advice that I can give to someone who's trying to make it, not only in entertainment business, but in any business.
That's great advice. And what motivates you daily?
What motivates me daily, to be completely honest, is being a strong advisor for creatives. Like I said, I really, really love music. I love the film TV process of movie making and show making as well, but music is my number one love. So to see people who are extremely talented, who really believe in the craft and really trying to do it, but they might not have a good sense for business, and we definitely operate in an industry full of sharks sometimes. So to be able to be that guy who can watch your back and provide good advice and also help fill in the blanks for you, that's what keeps me motivated every day working with those sorts of clients.
Excellent. And what is some general advice you would give your clients?
Yeah. Uh, Three pieces of advice. Number one, which is what I always lead off with every client. Let's say you get $1 million. You're lucky enough to get $1 million advance or for whatever you're doing. I always tell them, especially in the state of California, cut that in half. 1 million is not 1 million, it's 500,000. So spend accordingly because you have taxes and you have a lot of other things to take care of. So that's number one. Number two, it's a marathon and not a sprint. I know we live in social media culture, and there are people that are presenting um, their lifestyles that might not actually be what their lifestyles really are. Stay true to you. Just take one step at a time. Build a business. This is the entertainment business. It's not entertainment show and shine. And that's going to take a long time because you can be here today, but you can be gone tomorrow. And the third piece is always just, be true to yourself. There's going to be things that change in entertainment. There are waves that come and that go. What's hot today might not be hot tomorrow, but you stick in your lane, stay in your lane, and you'll be completely fine.
It's great advice. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
What's the best compliment anyone's given you?
The biggest compliment that anyone's given me, and this is a very, very well-known actor, right? They said that, they've been with plenty of business managers in the past, but with me, they feel like they completely trust me with their lives. And that's a huge compliment to me because this is someone who's seen a lot in the years that they've been in the game. Big names, small names in the business management and management space, but for them to take a chance on me, for someone who hasn't been in the game relatively long compared to other people, and for them to entrust their lives for me and to feel like I've done a great job for them, that's a huge compliment.
Sensational. And you've obviously had an illustrious career. What have been some pinch me moments when you reflect and look back and go, wow, that's amazing that happened or this happened?
Some just like mind blowing moments.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so and I'm sure some of you might go and try to track this down. So in 2021, right after our Peaches moment, out of the blue, I don't know how it happened. I get a call from a show here, Million Dollar Listing LA, and they said, "We want you to be on that show with a client that's buying the house." Client happened to be my client as well, but I didn't know that they were going to be involved in any of this film, TV production. So they have this scene where they're in their music studio and they call me as the business manager. And the person who is speaking, one of the cast members is saying, Reggie's the one who makes the decision on whether they can buy the house or not. He's the man. And that was just like a mind blowing moment. That was, I'm finally here in some sort of way. If you know, that's what you want to say. That was a mind blowing moment.
that's fascinating. And you, since your days back in Sony, and obviously all the other things you've done since you are now, how has the entertainment industry evolved that you've seen?
Wow, man. So yeah, that's a big question. The first thing I could say is that nowadays your personality and your brand will sell what you're trying to sell more than the product itself. That did not always used to be the case. Especially, I'm probably older than some of your audience, but I remember back in the late 80s and the 90s, we might not even have faces to some of the people who are putting out our favorite music, right? They might be in their upper 30s, just have amazing voices, but they can just deliver a song like no other. Nowadays, because of socials, people have to be connected with your brand, who you are as a person, away from the microphone, away from the camera, just as much as they do with the product. And, love it or leave it, that's where we are. And then the second huge change that I'm noticing is I feel like we're in the AI space now, and that could be the wild, wild west. I don't know how I feel completely about it. I think it's good for the business side of music. I need to see a little bit more when it comes to the creative side.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's great. Um, how do you think you've personally and professionally matured as well since back in the day or when you first started out to where you are now?
So day one, month one, when I'm here in LA, I'm taking it all in. I'm seeing faces that I've seen on TV. Now I'm seeing in person. I'm working with some of these people. Not to say I'm the most starstruck guy, but before you can peel back the covers and see how things really work, you're just for a split second maybe caught in the blinding lights. As time goes on, people are just like you. We're all just trying to get from point A to point B, try to do the best for ourselves, the best for our families. And the entertainment business, because it's driven by creatives and people who want to make money, there are a lot of moving pieces, and have to be able to keep your internal compass pointed north, or you will get swallowed up in this business. Yeah, so that I would say from when I landed in LA to now, no one taught me these things. You have to learn as you go.
100%. And what does success look like for you?
Success, honestly, success for me, it really just means leaving a legacy that really entails me doing the best job that I can for other people, like being selfless. Like I would like to make money for myself and my family, and I would like to leave something. But more than that, I want my name to endure. And that's really, really what I'm aiming for. I want to be the best person that I can be for not only my staff and my team, but for my clients and for my friends and family.
Fabulous. And what are you most grateful in life for?
I'm grateful to be able to have an organization where I'm the top and I'm able to work with other people who are amazing, work with other clients that are amazing, but to be kind of a central figure, it's crazy to even say that some kid from Baltimore that never thought any of this would happen, to be that central figure. And, I'm very, very blessed for that, especially because I have authority problems. And it's hard for me to work for anybody else. So I had to be the one who does what I do. Now, I take a lot of knocks for it, a lot of headaches, a lot of long nights, but I wouldn't ask for anything else different.
Great. And what's been the most challenging aspect or part that's ever happened in your career?
The most challenging. thing in my
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So building a business, especially entertainment never sleeps. It's 24/7. And I have to care for a lot of people, not only the clients that we serve, but my staff, which is ever growing, which means that, times where you feel tired and you might not want to be able to do things, or you might want to just be able to relax, you necessarily can't. So that has been a challenge in the beginning, kind of used to the pacing and the speed now, but that was definitely a challenge as we started to grow.
Thanks for sharing. And what do you love most about the entertainment industry? Like, what is the one thing that really stands out for you?
That no 2 days are ever the same. No 2 days in entertainment are ever the same. I make a joke with my wife sometimes. It's like I'll wake up, and by the end of the day, I could be sitting or playing golf with one of your favorite actors or musicians. And at the same time, I could have something with someone, whether it's a client or staff, that is a four-alarm emergency that I have to deal with. And two things could be true at once, and you just have to laugh, smile, and get it done.
Cool. And where's your favorite place you've traveled to?
Oh, I would say so far has been Hawaii, which I've been there maybe three times. Cabo, 45-minute, 50-minute flight from LA. It's great. And also, I look forward to, I'm actually coming to London for the first time this year in October. So I've heard great things about London and Paris. So I'm looking to check out Europe. Looking forward to it.
Amazing. Amazing. And what's your favorite food?
I'm a spicy guy. So, like, Indian food, Caribbean food, anything that's got a kick to it. Yeah, that's me. All me. I love spicy food.
Awesome. And what when you look back and you think about your legacy, out of everything, what would be the one thing when it's all said and done that you want your legacy to be?
That he started late, but he finished very, very, very strong. And on the way, he never ever compromised who he was to get to the finish line. Yeah, that's it.
Incredible. And what do you like to do in your downtime? So obviously you're busy with your business and everything. What do you
Right.
like to do away from that? Like just
Yeah.
a chill or a Sunday, whatever.
Yeah. I love. I'm a cinephile, so I love good limited series. I love a good film. I just started taking up golf probably about 6 months ago, so you can always find me either trying to play some golf at the driving range or driving my wife crazy. We're walking around my house with my golf club and practicing my swing. Those are the things I
Yeah.
love to do most.
Great. And if you weren't doing what you're doing now, even with the entertainment industry, what would you be doing?
Uh, Great question. Some days I feel like I would be in business still, in entertainment business, maybe trying to run a record label, right? Because that's what I wanted to do at first. I wanted to be like a record label guy. Or if not in business, actually, I was an acupuncturist for 10 years, so I would
Yeah.
probably still be an acupuncturist. Yeah, yeah. I would love helping people out in that way.
Cool. What did you love most about doing acupuncture?
Well, people always get scared. They think these needles are so big and that they hurt.
Sure.
They're really not. But just watching a person come in with complete fear or not knowing how this could help them, and then having been with them for 8 sessions or so and seeing this dramatic change and seeing them forget about what they came to me for in the first place, and us just making sure that they stay well, that was very, very impactful for me.
Wonderful. And if you were 18 again and you could change anything, it could be personally or professionally, what would you change?
I'm someone who believes in, everything happens for a reason. And I won't say that I wouldn't change anything if I could. Just to be completely honest, I probably would have landed in LA a little bit earlier in life to be getting started in this part of my career much, much sooner.
Great. Reggie, thanks for coming on the podcast. I do appreciate it. I really enjoyed interviewing you. You know, it's incredible everything you've done, your business, and yeah, it's truly remarkable.
I appreciate it, Nick, and I'm proud of everything that you've done and honored that you asked me to join your podcast today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a good man. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.